Hello, welcome to JOA. If you're new to my channel, please click subscribe and click the bell and give me a thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram at JOA_media. I had to skip at least like 13, 14 seconds of the video because in the introduction, they played the music and it's copyright. So I don't want to have to go through that. So let's watch the video together and then I can just make my assumptions on what she is saying.
About being on a show like this, because we are The View, and this is what we do. And sometimes we don't do it as elegantly as we could. And sometimes, well, yeah, you know, but it's 5 minutes to get in important information about topics.
Yeah. Stop. She's already justifying what she said. She repeatedly said what she said on the show, you know, and Joy even tried to get in there, and Anna Navarro tried to get in there. Sunny Hudson agreed with her, of course. Sarah Haynes was just quiet. You know, she likes to stay out of controversy. But she's still justifying, and clearly she did not learn what she was saying. I'm just being honest. I'm being factual. But let's continue.
And that's what we try to do every day. And I want to thank everybody who reached out while I was away. And I'm telling you, people reached out from places that made me go, wait, what? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And it was amazing. And I listened to everything everybody had to say, and I was very grateful. And I hope it keeps all the important conversations happening, because we're going to keep having tough conversations.
Yeah.
And in part because this is what we've been hired to do. And it's not always pretty, as I said, and it's not always as other people would like to hear. But it is an honor to sit at this table and be able to have these conversations, because they're important. They're important to us as a nation, and to us more so as a human entity. So happy.
No, it's not always pretty. And speaking about the Holocaust, no, that's not pretty either. But it's not the fact that having discussions about things that aren't pretty isn't allowed. It's just about being factual about it. Just the dictator saw them as inferior to him, and so he wanted to do what he wanted to do. And so you just didn't want to hear it. You said it was inhumane, yes. And it wasn't about race, because as a Black person, you see race as something that you can see. Which is unfortunately apparent still to this day in this country. It's still apparent with African Americans. I still feel that way at times. Like, you know, if let's say I'm going out and getting a service, you know, you get the same camaraderie. You get extra treatment from, you know, if a Black person is serving another Black person, they get that extra treatment. So, you know, sometimes, I mean, I grew up in the culture, so sometimes I gotta just speak the culture. What's up, bro? What's popping? You know, what it do? Stuff like that, in order to like see that, okay, they understand that I am a part of where they're from. And let's just be honest, it happens a lot and it happens all the time with cultural bias. But anyways.
Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. Woo. And we're gonna get started, because that's what we do.
So it was pretty evident that at the end of the video, she said human entity. She didn't say race. I mean, she's really trying to, you know, she's walking on eggshells, and I think the other hosts as well were walking on eggshells. Like I said, I understand. Like I said in my previous videos, I'm not going to go over like the whole storyline of what happened. OK, but I understand what she is saying. If I see someone that has a white complexion walking across the street from me, right, and they don't have the cultural, religious, they don't have the religious attire on their head, I'm not going to know that they're Jewish. You know, you're not, right? And you're just going to assume that they're white. I'm also going to add, even the people that have the cultural thing around their head, they still have, a lot of them still have, they have privilege. I'm just being honest. They have privilege today because, you know, this country, United States of America, pays them literally $3.8 billion every year to support their government, right? That's just honest. So Jews do have privilege in a sense. With you know, the Ben Shapiros, all of them, they still have privilege, right? You know, elsewhere in other countries, and let's say New York and stuff, you know, there's anti-Semitism, but there's still privilege involved. And I'm only speaking about the ones today. However, the situation with the Hitler situation, he saw them as inferior, right? But the Jews right now, like for like the most part, they do have an essence of privilege. They do. That's just being honest. Just being honest, that's just I'm just being honest. They do have privilege. More than someone, I would even say more than someone who is apparent that they're Arabian, more than, than a woman who has the scarf, the hijab around her head and stuff like that. There's just honesty. So I get what she was saying on Stephen Colbert. I highly understand it, but that's different to me. That's different when you're comparing to somebody who's a dictator, right? And doing what he did. That was about race. That was about, see, and I don't even remember them teaching it in school about race. But I mean, if you just like do your research, like, I mean, it's apparent. I mean, it's that's about race, but yeah, but they have privilege now. They sure do. They definitely have privilege. I mean, look what's going on in Palestine. That's been ignored for several decades. Like, come on now. Let's just be honest. They do great, like business wise, jewelry business, media wise. They do so great. And of course, hard work comes with that. But they definitely do have privilege because it's like you can't see who they are. You see what I mean? You can't see who they are. And a lot of times, unless they have the religious hat on their head, or some of them they have the look, but not all of them. But whatever, y'all. That's the end of my commentary. I don't like, honestly. I don't care. This is rich white people, rich whatever people problems, rich Whoopi problems. I don't give a damn. Please do subscribe. Please do subscribe and click the bell so you'll be the first to know when I upload. Like, I gotta pay my bills. They ain't helping me pay my bills. All right. How do I start this video?